pro. Are we waiting for this?
I think she has that steak. The steak is.
You guys want the steak?
Yeah, she's got it right there. If it weren't right here, I'd say go ahead. But.
How's everybody doing? Good. Nice steak. It's hot, beautiful. This is probably the last one. So nothing happened. Fires or anything?
Not yet. It's
Pretty quiet.
yeah.
Okay, got it.
Like I'm just wondering. She's there tonight. She's been told.
Yes, we are.
Ready?
I'll make a quick opening statement, and then we can go for questions. Let me know when So welcome everybody. I want to welcome you guys to our headquarters here at Brevard Public Schools. We had a body cam video that occurred that became available yesterday from the state attorney's office. This is new evidence, along with a lot of other evidence that came forward on one of our teachers that we have. We have moved to remove that individual administratively with pay and put them out of the classroom. And we're going to be posting our own individual investigation and moving forward with seeing if this teacher who exhibited horrible actions with not only law enforcement but others and did something that we do not accept with our VPS staff anyway. We're going to have an investigation to see if that individual is a part of the actual party and move forward.
How did you feel that seeing that?
Disgusting. Disgusting that we have a teacher that is going to be doing these kind of actions. Disgusting that I have 5 children that I don't want to see any kind of that kind of behavior from. And to be honest with you, that was not afforded to us before yesterday afternoon. And we accept the fact that we're going to be putting in an investigation to put the individual on administrative leave and move forward. But yeah, no, this is deplorable actions. The entire thing is not acceptable to the VPS state.
Now, this teacher was already on administrative leave prior to yesterday. I mean, I guess how was the decision made to place her back in the classroom? Why was she going to?
So on April 1st, the felony charges from the Cocoa Beach Police was dropped to misdemeanor. For state statutes and other laws, policies, everything else, we decided to move towards employment like we do with everybody else. Once the body cam footage came out yesterday, we realized that for the first time, we had evidence that we would be able to go back and investigate and pull the person out of the classroom.
That was more than this is just not aware that this was.
We had no idea. So yesterday, I didn't get to see the actual footage until late last night. Some of the news channels have put it out. I watched a little bit of it, and then immediately this morning went into full action. I went out to Cocoa Beach Police Department. I moved over to various entities to make sure that we had done our due diligence. We did, and then we this afternoon told the teacher that not to come back tomorrow while we for our investigation.
Did you have any reaction?
I'm not sure if that was done by district staff, but I'll be honest with you, we did not have any of the investigative reporting or anything like that from Cocoa Beach at all. We were just going out to state attorney to drop the charges.
Can you please explain to us just kind of what this process is now? She's back on administrative leave with pay. There's going to be, I assume this is a human resources or personnel investigation. How does the process go, whether the decision is made, whether she returns to the classroom again or not? What happens next?
We had an investigation into 2 things. One, if you watch the body cam footage, she exhibits law enforcement for actually helping one of our students. That is something that we need to look at. You cannot get in between law enforcement and blame our children. That is unacceptable. The other thing is that we're going to look into the fact that she made a public statement that was on the body cam that she was inside of that car, and that's unacceptable. We will be looking at those 2 and any other interactions that you may have that may come out because of that.
A lot of the information that
Anybody else have any questions?
a lot of the information that came out on the body cam footage was also depicted in the arrest affidavit. With the arrest affidavit kind of lining up with the body cam footage, what's the difference between that?
I just have a question. We're hearing from some board members, these board did not choose to put her back in the classroom. That was fully on superintendent and human resources. So did you even know she was going to be going back to the classroom, or kind of how did that decision get made?
Personnel decisions are all made by the superintendent. But the fact is that our school board was notified last week on Friday evening, and then we were told, and then this individual would be coming back, and then the state attorney's office had dropped the charges for felony to misdemeanor, which is in line with everything.
So the school board makes no personnel decisions? I understand you don't want to answer the questions, but we can ask them.
Just said that the school board does not make the personnel decisions, the school district makes them. But we support the superintendent.
I'm going to ask one last question, and that's just regarding the other person involved in this, and that was the former teacher over at Sac High. She's now suspended without pay. What's the status of that investigation? Can you tell me kind of where that situation stands?
I'd have to get briefed on what the most recent thing is on that one. I'm not completely sure. I apologize.
The school board chair said this wasn't a big deal. Is that still the position of the school board? Is this a big deal, or is this something new?
I really want to say to families who maybe felt earlier the school board said this is fine, this happens, it's not a big deal.
This is a deplorable action by our staff, and we do not stand by it. We do not accept any of this kind of behavior. And that is why we are launching a full-on investigation now that we actually have, for the first time, evidence of what we're looking for. We will be interviewing all the interviewees that went through the entire other investigation. We will be combing through everything that we need. We now have, for the first time, our information being launched that investigation. And thank you for asking.
Why was Saturn Elementary chosen?
Appreciate you guys. Anything you want to know?
Robert. Good to meet you. Good to meet you. Is that the official? Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Jerry with On Point Wildlife Removal. If you think you might have critters in your attic like squirrels, bats, rats, or raccoons, give us a call today. We'll come out, we'll take a look, we'll give you a free quote to get them out, to seal up your home, and clean up whatever mess they left behind. We're locally owned and operated, and we're fully licensed and insured.